Okay. Hello, everyone. Thank you all for joining us. Welcome to the SSARC Internship Information Session presented by the Social Sciences Academic Resource Center. My name is Michael Longus, and I'm one of your peer consultants. I am also joined by my fellow colleague and SSARC peer consultant, Morgan Jones. So as you know, I am Michael Longus. I'm a fourth-year psychology major with a minor in medical anthropology, and my pronouns are he, him, his.
My name is Morgan. I'm a fourth year double majoring in business economics and political science. And my pronouns are she, her, hers.
So if you have any questions, please submit them through the Zoom Q&A or chat feature, which is located at the bottom of your screen. And we will be addressing all the questions at the end of the presentation. So we will now begin. So here's our agenda. We'll talk about the eligibility, the responsibilities, the teams in the insight, and the application process. Morgan, you're muted.
My bad. So first we can kind of start with an introduction about what SSARC is and what its mission was at UCI. So the Social Science Academic Resource Center, SSARC, was created in 1992 to assist undergraduate students of the School of Social Sciences to obtain a competitive edge for their post-baccalaureate goals, grounded in giving students opportunities, defining work ethic, and teaching professionalism. Our center has evolved into a one-stop location to address an entire range of student achievement and academic success, including graduate school admissions, career preparation, internship placement, scholarly promotion, and community. So at SSARC, we are just here to assist all social science students in defining what their goals are post-baccalaureate, and also just helping them reach those goals, whether that be graduate school, internships, full-time positions, whatever their plans are. We're just committed to helping them see them through. We can go to the next slide. So first, we're going to go through the eligibility requirements that you're going to need to be thinking about to be a SSARC peer consultant. And the first requirement is that you're a current UCI student and you've chosen a major within the School of Social Sciences. The second one is going to be that we have a preference for students that are holding above a 3.0 GPA, a 3.0 or above. And this, keep in mind, this is a preference. If you're a strong applicant, still apply. And you want to be able to enroll in the Social Science 194 course for 4 units pass, no pass. And this is just basically a seminar. So it's very light, it's just like kind of to keep up with your own career development while you're doing this internship. It's just a great class to take while you're doing any internship, because, there's lots of journals and different things that help you kind of just track your progress throughout your internship. And then you want to be available to participate in supplementary training and summer training. So the supplementary spring training will kind of begin in the spring after you've been chosen. Is the course a course? Yeah, so it's going to be fall, winter, and spring for that course. You're going to take it. You're going to have to enroll in it every quarter for 4 units. So your supplementary training is going to be in the spring, and it's just right after you've kind of accepted the position. And you want to be able to work 7 to 10 hours a week, just like any job, just to be able to make those accommodations to work within that range of hours. And then you want to be available to attend weekly team meetings during the scheduled social science 194C course time. So whatever that course time is, just be able to log on that time and just attend team meetings. Yeah, we can go to the next slide.
Okay, so responsibilities. It may look like a lot and it may be intimidating, but honestly, they're super easy and manageable, and you could do this like during the entire course of the internship. So our responsibilities here at SSARC is offering assistance and consultation to students in the School of Social Sciences about career development, graduate school preparation, campus involvement, research, and scholarship opportunities. We also uphold professionalism when interacting with our fellow university faculty, staff, administrators, students, and employers. We assist with the daily functions and front desk operations of the center, but obviously right now we're in the midst of a pandemic, so we're all working online. But with the advent of in-person coming up, we will have that opportunity to be in person again in the office. But depending on how serious this COVID situation goes, we may be limited just to doing work in the office and not having in-person appointments, but online appointments. So it would vary depending how far we go along this year. In SSARC, we also plan and host events to educate and build community among social sciences undergraduate students, faculty, and campus partners, evaluating and writing up feedback after completion of each program as well. We also market and publicize SSARC programs and services with our developing promotional materials. Next slide. We also update the internship and graduate school databases. We execute special projects. We, just as Morgan mentioned, we have training in the spring and summer before employment, as well as training throughout the year, training and team development throughout the year. We also attend weekly SSARC team meetings, and we're an involved member of the School of Social Sciences community. We maintain awareness of University and School of Social Sciences resources, support services, and opportunities. We adhere to FERPA policies and protect the confidentiality of private student information. And last but not least, but we're a strong advocate for UCI and the School of Social Sciences. So this slide shows what we do for consultations. You don't need any experience to consult with a student. We get that through our training and continuous development throughout the year. For consultations, we advise students one-on-one in career development, graduate school preparation, campus involvement, research, and scholarship opportunities. We also review resumes and cover letters and personal statements as well. And last but not least, we promote SSARC, the School of Social Sciences, and UCI resources. So now we're going to talk about the teams found in SSARC, which is graduate school and research, internship, career and professional development, and marketing. Next slide. So for the first team is graduate school and research. Fun fact for this year, it was supposed to be graduate school as one team and research as another, but we combined the two teams together since they have like they follow the same flow and overlap with each other. But in the graduate school and research, we organize specific workshops with other organizations to create workshops that represent graduate school fundamentals or research fundamentals. Like just last quarter, we had a graduate school experiences where we brought in different speakers who talked about their experiences currently in graduate school or their postgraduate school career. So in graduate school, we look up fellowships to share with students, promote career development through internships, advise students on finding research opportunities and scholarships, and we assist students with the graduate school application process. Just to let you guys know, we have an upcoming event next week. It's Professionalism 101 with DCP. We're having it on February the 2nd from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. We don't have a flyer yet, but please keep in touch with our SSARC newsletter to get the information and the Zoom link. You could go to that.
Now I'm going to talk about the internships, career and professional development team. And this is the team that I specifically work on. And on this team, we basically just work together to plan events pertaining to internships and professional development. As a team, we kind of just brainstorm what kind of events we want to have throughout the quarter. And once we've kind of come up with a concrete idea, then we would kind of move to the proposal writing process, and we would kind of, submit a proposal, and Carissa and Patrick, who are in charge of the SSARC Center, they would, look at the proposal and accept it, or give us some feedback. And then we would kind of host it as a webinar or a meeting. And we like to collaborate with, other on-campus organizations, but we also like to invite panelists. This last quarter, we did a event called Virtual Networking 101. We kind of invited this panelist, Brian Munoz, who is like kind of my old supervisor, but he's a program manager at the Master of Data Science. And he came and just offered a lot of different tips on virtual networking, and it was a really great success. It was an awesome program. And we also kind of help students stay organized with their internship and career search. So we assist with resume, cover letter, and curriculum vitae writing and editing. And this kind of happens through the consultations that Michael was talking about earlier. Lots of times students will just, send their resumes or their cover letters, whatever they want us to edit, they'll send it beforehand. So we can offer some notes and kind of, give them some points before we meet, or sometimes they just screen share during the consultation and we just go by line and offer them some edits. But yeah, it just depends case by case, but we offer lots of different consultation on all of those things and beyond. But we also direct students to SSARC resources, as well as the UCI Division of Career Pathways website, where there's lots of different samples for resumes and cover letters and tips for interviews. Those are two really great resources. So we often, point students to go look for a lot of answers to their questions are on those websites. But we also have an upcoming event that's happening next Monday at 4 p.m. And this is going to be an event called Mind on the Job, Managing Mental Health During the Job Internship Search. And this is just an event to kind of help students who are struggling right now. I know I'm personally also struggling with, applying to jobs and internships. It can be very taxing on your mental health and just a very stressful process altogether. So this is just going to be kind of an event to kind of guide you through that process, some tips that you can implement into your own life to manage your stress during this entire process. And it's meant to just kind of help you bring it full circle, and just kind of, you're applying to these jobs for a reason. Think about yourself and, your own mental health, and just prioritize yourself. And that's kind of the main focus of this event. And we can go to the next slide. And then I'm also on the marketing team. And on the marketing team, we kind of work to create all the flyers and upload them to the newsletter. We have a lot of experience using Canva. That's like one of our main tools for creating flyers. Canva is an amazing, awesome platform. I love it. And we also kind of put those flyers onto MailChimp, which is like a marketing software platform. And that's kind of how you see the newsletter and everything. And on the marketing team, we also promote SSARC events and UCI resources. We post on all of our different platforms: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. And as a marketing team, we kind of split these responsibilities. If there's events coming up, we try to figure out a marketing schedule for when we want to post and start promoting those events. We've been working on that recently for winter quarter and deciding, how we want to engage with our audiences. But yeah, so that's what you would do on the marketing team. And we can go to the next slide.
Okay, so now the application process. For the application process, you can find it on our SSARC website. We require that you fill out the online application form, which is given from this image, and also submit a one-page resume. The applications must be submitted by Sunday, February 27th at 11:59 p.m. After the application process, we're going to have interviews for selected candidates, which will take place between March 1st and the 11th. And then final selections and notifications will be emailed by March 15th. and you need your UCI Gmail login to access the application. So now we will answer any questions that you guys have. Please drop them in the chat box below. If you guys don't have any questions, Morgan and I could also talk about our current experiences with SSARC right now. So Morgan, I don't know if you want to go first.
Yeah, I can go first. So I definitely, one second, sorry about that. One second. Do you tend to look for upperclassmen? So Sophia, the answer to that is no, I think, because I mean, me and Michael are obviously fourth years, but we have people on the team that are second years, third years. I don't know if we have any first years right now, because that would mean that wouldn't work out, because you would have to be a second year to apply, because you would have had to apply your first year. But yeah, SSARC is literally like you do not have to specifically be an upperclassman or a fourth year to have this internship. We have people from all stages in their undergraduate studies, so don't worry about that. But if you have any other questions, feel free to ask them while I'm just talking about my experience. But I came across SSARC through my roommate. She works on the Dean Ambassadors Council, and she was like, you should definitely apply. Like, I feel like you would be good at the consultations and everything. And I was definitely intimidated, hearing peer consultations. Like, you hear that word and you're like, oh, I have to consult? Like, who am I consulting, But, once you start and get used to it and, pay attention to the training materials that you're kind of given during the summer training and the spring training and everything, it really becomes like second nature. Like, you're looking at these materials all the time. You're using these resources for yourself, to be honest. Like, once you kind of get in SSARC, it's hard not to start using like the resources that you're sharing with other students on yourself, and like really just working on your own career development. And doing that kind of helps you to be able to, work with the students a lot more efficiently and be able to like really tackle whatever it is that they're trying to get help on by coming to the SSARC Center. So I think it's a process, but it's a really fun process. And Carissa and Patrick are so nice and welcoming and just helpful. So working as a peer consultant has honestly been like, it's been a really fun and just like fulfilling internship that I've been able to have this year. And I'm happy that I did it. 7 to 10 hours is not long, but it's honestly like, it's just enough because you get so much out of this internship, and it's really a good time. And I would definitely I'm going to refer to any, third, second years I know for sure to apply, because you get a lot out of it. You can go ahead, Michael.
Okay, so my experience with SSARC, when I first applied, I actually saw it through my email, through the SSARC newsletter, of course, just, looking at what they have. And then I saw, oh, you could apply to be a SSARC intern. I was like, I'll do that, especially since at that time, it was my junior year and we were just stuck online. So I really wanted to make my final year substantial. And going through the application, I felt intimidated and insecure because I did not even have enough experience putting myself out there in UCI. Other than dorming my first year, which doesn't make much of a difference, but it allowed me to share those feelings of living on campus. I just lacked enough. I lacked a lot of involvement, and especially during the interview process, because last year we did a group interview. I'm not too sure if Chris, are we doing a group interview for this year?
Yes, most likely. It always depends on the number of applicants we have.
Okay. Yeah, so last year we did a group interview, and one of the people I was competing with had so much experience, and I felt, and in that moment I felt defeated because I felt like I wasn't going to get the job. You know, I didn't think that my levels of knowledge and skills would be able to compete with their levels. But here I am, and I got the job, and I'm super happy for it because I've seen myself grow as a leader, as a team member, and as an individual. SSARC gives you so much tools and resources that overall enhance your development and prepares you for a career. Like I've learned I'm currently doing a public speaking program with Patrick, who's leading it. And I'm learning how to set myself up in a way that's confident, using tone, using gesticulations, different types of presentations and stuff like that. So SSARC you have so much room to grow, and you could learn so much from here. It's a worthwhile experience that you just won't forget it. But of course, with the pandemic, things are slow. So we are limited in what we can do, such as like being in the office when we can't have a lot of people in there with concerns to COVID. I mean, working online is fun, but sometimes it's that interaction that really helps bring SSARC together. So I hope that next year when you guys do get in, that you have that opportunity to connect with students in social sciences and to get to experience a more fruitful, SSARC experience. Not saying that this isn't fruitful, but we can't control what's going on with our environment. So we're making the best of what we have. Yeah. And if you guys have any more questions, or if you want to ask any more questions, we do have a couple minutes left before we end. So please drop it down.
And also feel free, if you need any consult with your resume before you apply, you should make a consultation with, SSARC and get some tips on sprucing up your resume. We literally love to help, and these resources are free to you and they are here for a reason. So if you're applying for the SSARC peer consultant position or any other position, it's good to get your resume in a place where it can take you places. What do you hope to do after SSARC? What's next for you, and how has SSARC played a role in it? Oh my gosh, that's a good question. It's a really good question. What do we hope to do? So SSARC has helped me a lot because I've applied. It's helped me kind of just get my resume together. Carissa has helped me a lot with that. I'm applying currently to a lot of different internships. I want to work in marketing analytics. So I've been, on LinkedIn, on Handshake, using the resources that we always talk about at SSARC and just applying for lots of different things right now. But I also plan to, because of SSARC kind of inspired me to apply to graduate school. And I'm going to be applying for a Master of Business Analytics program that's beginning late summer. So I'm kind of trying to do the internship and then go straight into getting my master's. It's a 1-year program. Did I answer the question? How SSARC played a role in that? Yeah, SSARC definitely played a role because I didn't really think about grad school that much as an option. People around me were doing it, but I hadn't really thought about it for myself. But just seeing, you know, how the process goes and like all of the steps that I needed to take, it kind of made it seem a lot less intimidating. You know, working at SSARC and telling other people how, like, what to do and how to use these resources. So I figured I could just use them on myself as well. But you can go ahead and like go and answer that question as well.
So the question, what do I hope to do after psych? Honestly, with psych, we kind of have this like, in a sense, mindset that we're helping students out with graduate school and research and internships. And I have taken that into consideration. But I've also, through the help with like Chris and Patrick, they also told me that not everything has to be looking for it, such as grad school. Because when I entered psych, I was very intimidated of should I even apply to grad school. I felt really burnt out, especially when the pandemic hit and we were just doing online work. And through like Chris's guidance, she told me that it's not always going to be set in stone and clear for you. Sometimes we just need that break. Sometimes we just need to do something that isn't so linear. And I'm so happy to have psych because while I'm not using the skills I've gotten to apply to grad school, I am using other skills to look for jobs, internships, and careers. Like psych helps you prepare very professionally. It helps you create a foundational basis of how to approach interviews, how to approach, you know, fellow upper level like workers and supervisors. It teaches you a lot of things that even though you're not going to use most of it, you still have a repertoire of different channels to pull. So for me, after psych, I plan on working, even if it's a couple years, because just like I said, I'm too burned out at this point. I don't really see myself mentally and emotionally ready to do graduate school. And with the beauty of psych, you don't have to be an undergraduate student to ask for help. We have postgraduate students who always come back and ask for help on resumes, on their personal statements and stuff like that. So I know that in the future, I could always come back home and just ask for help on how to apply for graduate school, or what should I do, or how should I get everything together. So psych is always going to be there to help you out in the future. Yeah, you just have to remember it's there and utilize everything that they provide.
Yeah, so it's the last slide. Please apply today. You can use this Bitly. I think there's also, you check our newsletter. There's definitely something in there about applying to be a SSARC peer consultant. I think on our Instagram, social media, there should be some posts about applying to be a SSARC peer consultant. If not, there will be very soon. The marketing people got it together, so we have a schedule. But yes, please keep in touch. Attend our events. We have events all the time, every week. SSARCcast, bigger events, the public speaking program. It's weekly with Patrick. All that information is in our newsletter and also on our socials. So yeah, please come out and keep attending events because we like to plan them for you. But yes, if you have any last minute questions, please get them out. No problem, Sophia. Thank you for coming.